Welcome to the future, you guys. I am back. We're doing our normal stuff, the normal shenanigans that we usually do. I'm Chris. Happy Friday. And who's this to my right?
Hi, Chris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet me. What are you talking about, nice to meet me? Did we just meet each other? It's good to be back.
It's new Chris.
And I also want to say hello to Erica. It's just the three of us in a little room today. Right, Erica?
Hello. Yes.
And today
all in your office.
Celebrating women.
Are we?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're celebrating
Indeed.
women.
Women of Behance.
Okay, well, let me read my deck. So today, there were some issues last time when we did the Behance portfolio critique. I think some women were upset that we only picked men. So being the fair-minded people that we are, we said, yeah, well, all right, we'll course correct. We will atone for our sins. So today, and for a very special episode, we're going to do a Behance portfolio critique. We've also learned a couple lessons from the previous show. We're mostly going to stay high level. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty, and mostly be looking at the portfolio as a whole. So today, it's all about women, Behance portfolio critique. We have something like 300 submissions, and we're going to do that. So roll the titles. Let's get going. All right. First off, I want to let you guys know, I have a couple of pointers before we look at the work. And the pointers that I'm going to say to you right now is to try to look at your work through the eyes of a prospective client or employer. You guys know what that means? Molly, do you know what that means? To look at your work through the eyes of a prospective employer?
No. What does that mean?
What would you, take a wild guess. What does that mean?
So, what do you do?
No?
Or, like, the lens on of the employer and look at your work, like, would you buy this? Would you hire me? Would you do that?
Well, let's look at this.
Okay.
Dale Carnegie, the guy who wrote the book Win Friends and Influence People, he said that I love strawberry ice cream or something like that. I love strawberries or peaches and cream. And he says the problem when you go fishing is it doesn't really matter what you love. It's what the fish wants. So the fish like worms and they like bugs and things like that. They like other fish as well. So you can fish all day if you want with strawberries and cream, but you're not going to catch any fish. So now if we look at the world through the eyes of the fish, we give them what they want. We present it to them in the way that they need it presented. And since I'm some kind of an amateur, semi-pro, mostly amateur angler myself, and it's very important how deep the line is put into the water, the color of the bait, the kind of bait, and what kind of fish are you going after. So when you're putting your work together and you're going to present it to somebody, you got to think, who is buying this? And what do they want from me? Am I looking for a job? Am I looking for a client? Am I looking to be hired or a freelance opportunity? What do I want from this? Or maybe all I care about is to get one of those Behance awards, those gold or silver badges that they give out. And so they're looking for different things too. So that's the first thing. Put your lens on from the point of view of the person who you like to most attract. So that's a really big tip, just right off the top there. Okay? And we're going to keep going here. And I'm just going to remind you, Molly, to look at the camera as well. That's what that sign's there for. All right, so I've got a couple of bullet points here. And Molly and I were talking about this just right before the show. And we put together a little numbered list here for you guys to think about. 1, when I'm looking at your work, I want to know, what do you do? Is it clear to me what you do? Are you a juggler? Are you a basket weaver? Are you an illustrator? What the heck are you? So when you come in with really broad descriptions, that's not going to help us.
Yeah.
Because I need to know what you do because I'm looking for somebody very specific right now. Next, I want you to tell me what's in it for me. A lot of you guys talk about yourself. I do this, I do that. I like long walks on beaches. I like to play with stuff. I like to jump through hoops and do. But really, what's in it for me? So this is where we talk about the benefit to the client versus talking about yourself. I hope that's clear as well. And Molly doesn't have this, so we won't be able to keep this up, but we'll toggle back and forth from this from time to time, just as a refresher. And before I hit number 5, I'm going to warn you guys, go ahead and take a snapshot of this, a screenshot, so you guys have this handy, and we'll constantly refer to this, okay? Number 3, now that I know what you do, now I know how you're going to help me, I'm going to look at your work. Are you credible? Do you appear professional? So if you have a photograph of yourself, is it a professional looking photograph? Is it a nice studio photo? It's a high res. Are you looking your best? Are you looking your most presentable? Next, does your work look like the work I'd like to pay good money for? That seems pretty obvious, doesn't it, Molly?
Yeah.
Yet, some of the portfolios we're going to look at, I don't know if I would pay anybody any amount of money for that. I feel like you should pay me money for looking at it.
So is that like you're only as good as your weakest project?
I'm not even getting there yet.
Okay.
I think you must be looking ahead at my slides, Molly.
Oh, no. I'm just focusing on what you're saying.
No, you're not. I'm saying, is your work good enough for me to even give you money for it?
Okay.
Because what we're talking about is there's a value exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So when you buy something, you're saying whatever amount of money I'm going to give to you is worth less than what I'm about to get. Otherwise, I wouldn't do the deal. So when we look at the work and it looks like student work or it looks like really experimental and it looks like you just kind of did it for your own self-gratification, I'm not interested. Excuse me, guys. Getting over a cold here. I'm not really interested in paying money for that.
Yeah.
Now, we're getting to your thing, the thing that you want to talk about. Is it consistent? Is the body of work that you produce consistent? This is a game of duck, duck, and goose. And we're going to play it together. Okay, Molly?
Okay.
Duck, duck, goose. When it's duck, duck, goose, you're going to go, that doesn't stand. That doesn't fit. That stands out. So what I'm doing is on the client side, I'm looking for patterns. And when something jumps out at me, it's either got to be jumping out like really good. Most of the time, jumping out is really bad. So this is where I say, what's the worst piece? And I look at that. And when you show me work that isn't good, and it feels like you're kind of filling it out, you're not confident.
Yeah.
And that you're capable of doing really bad work also. Okay, so those are the 5 bits that we're going to look for. And let's now go ahead and jump on in. We're going to jump on in into 1,000 portfolios. And Molly's done a really great job of helping me to go through all the submissions and weeding out some of the boys.
They tried to sneak in there.
They try to sneak in. Those rascals. You can't trust those guys, Molly.
I can't. I have to do some research, digging.
So, we're going to need a slide, don't trust boys.
Yes.
That's a different lesson. That's point number 6.
Key takeaways. Okay.
Key takeaways, don't trust boys.
Yes.
All right. They just get in any which way they can. They're very aggressive like that. Okay, so first up, I do not know how to say your name, but you're from London, United Kingdom. Or I think it's Eva, and I'm not going to try to butcher your last name. So you notice right now, I'm not even going to look at your work over here to the right. I'm going to go straight into what you do. So it says focus. I'm a graphic designer. So this is really important to me. What you put first matters to me. Graphic design, motion graphics, and then illustration. So presumably, if we can change the order of these things, illustration is what we would consider your tertiary skill. Your primary, your core competency is in graphic design. Your secondary skill is in motion graphics. So that means you must animate or do storyboards or something like that. That would be logical, right? Okay, so now this is the part like tell me what you do and tell it to me fast and give me a benefit. Okay. Hello, I create design and enjoy every bit of it. Yeah, so do I. That doesn't really tell me anything. Having solid understanding of design thinking and process. Well, saying you have a solid understanding of design thinking, that's a bold claim.
Yeah.
I want to warn you guys, if you do not do this, if you do not have a thorough and solid understanding of this, do not put this in. Because my BS meter goes up really high. Because actually not that many people understand design thinking. I would love to join a creative team to cooperate on exciting projects in digital print areas. So I've read now 3 sentences or 2.5 sentences, and I'm getting very little information from you, Eva. So I'm going to say, Eva, let's rewrite this. Let's write and say what it is that we do and why it's of benefit to your potential client or employer. To say that you want to join a creative team, that doesn't help me at all. Who would say I want to join a non-creative team to not cooperate on boring projects? So it's really kind of bland and generic. Let a little of your personality come through. Tell me what you really want, what you really, really want.
Go all Spice Girls on it.
That's Spice Girls, thank you. Okay, so whenever possible, I like to expand my skills. So you're always just, right now, I don't want to be overly critical on you here. I'm just saying this for the benefit of everybody that's watching, that you want to expand your skills. So you're saying, I want to learn, I want to do things I want to do. It's not of any real benefit to me. Okay, now I'm going to scan your work, right? I'm trying to look for graphic design work. And when I hear the word graphic design, now this is my own bias here. I want to look for people who understand how to use typography. Typography.
Wait, for a moment, I'd like to ask you about For the About Me, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for what the heck you do.
Yeah.
And how it's going to benefit me.
Do you have an example?
I do. Let's put a pin on that.
Okay.
Let's put a pin on that, and then I'm going to do that. Okay. Because I want to see what she does first, and then I'll hopefully, if I can understand what she does, I will then be able to say, maybe you could say it like this. So it's not just totally critical, that we can do something constructive together.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of patterns here. I'm not seeing graphic design. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to see any design thinking.
Yeah.
It is all over the place. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. You do not need that many pieces. I think you need probably somewhere between 3 to 6 pieces. If you can do more that are consistent, then great. Hallelujah. But you don't need more than that. I'm also really concerned because the first thing I'm going to click on is the first thing that's up here. You can't expect somebody to scroll down and click the killer piece down at the bottom, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this piece. What does it mean to access knowledge for free? I don't know what it means. It means you can chase your creativity no matter where you are, no matter who you are. Learning software gives you creative. Okay, I'm going to hit this. I'm afraid to hit this. I'm going to turn off the audio on this. Are you picking up audio, Erica, on this?
I guess we'll find out.
Let me hit, I hit mute, so I don't want to hear any audio because we get in trouble for audio. Okay, so there's like a griffin and a cat and some typography on a computer screen. It says Academy class. First class training for creative and developers. When you say interesting, what do you mean?
I was just wondering, is it a school project or is it for a class that she's making an advertisement for? That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Thank you. So I feel like, ooh. All right. Okay, this is where I'm saying, Molly, would I pay money for this? This feels, for whatever reason, whether it is or isn't, feels like student work.
Yeah.
It feels like I can see the brush strokes still in here. Like it's not very refined. The composition, it kind of feels very rudimentary in terms of the skill level. Like I want to hire someone who's better than me at Photoshop, better than my kids, better than everybody I've touched and talked to, right? So this is where this one gets a little funny to me. And see this pencil sketch here?
Yeah.
If you want to show process, it's great, but make sure your process looks super pro. This does not look like that super pro thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So if you were to look at this, you guys, how much money would you pay for a piece of artwork like this? In terms of if you commission somebody, what do you guys think? Erica, Molly?
50.
50 bucks?
Yeah.
Okay. Erica, what about you?
How much would I pay for it?
Yeah. Like in the open market, like if you were to commission somebody and they gave you this piece, how much would you pay for it?
I don't think I would actually want it.
Okay, so you're saying 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm just asking you for your honest opinion. And Molly, being the ever so generous person she is, she's gonna part with 50 of her dollars.
Yes.
Molly, what can you buy for 50 bucks in your life? New shirt?
Yeah, sure.
New shirt? So you're saying that is worth more than a new shirt to you?
Well, yeah.
No, you're not, you liar. Molly,
I just want to
I thought we'd be honest with you.
Creatives.
Okay, so send Eva 50 bucks for that print.
No, I'm not buying that. Right
You just said it was worth 50 bucks.
No. If I needed something like that, like a drawing, because I can't draw.
Do you need something like that?
No.
All right. Molly's being very generous, and that's why we love her. That's okay. So I'm seeing work that makes it feel like it's very student work, and this is a problem.
Yeah, I think that's why I was saying interesting, because I'm like...
No, interesting is a BS word. That's why interesting means nothing to me. Like, what'd you think of that date? It was interesting.
Yeah, you're right. There's
right? I need,
too much.
What is, what's behind that?
Okay.
That first animation, I didn't love it either. It just felt like an exercise that you do. This is... All right, Eva. Here's what I'm going to say about this portfolio. It looks really illustration heavy and not graphic design. The motion graphics is still pretty, I think, basic level here. I'm sorry to say that. And then I see this piece. This piece looks really interesting. Let me click on this one.
Reminds me of our thumbnail.
Let's look at it here. So I don't know what that is. That's what I'm about. Is this a record album cover? Great for a brochure. Spin.
Vinyl cover.
Is it vinyl cover?
Yeah.
Molly?
Consists of a vinyl cover, rotating vinyl.
With Tony. Okay, so there's a sense of vinyl. I got the sense that there was a record album kind of component to it. It's a cool pattern. The topography isn't very interesting to me. There's so much more you can do with this, but we're not going to get into details. To me, that's a pretty interesting piece, the strongest piece I've seen thus far. And I'll click on one more and then we're going to move on. Not sure my throat's going to last the entire time. So here's another animation. I'll click play. Yeah. Erica, I'm going to let you critique this when it's done. Right, I'm going to call it done. Okay, Erica, what do you think? How would you critique that?
I don't know where to begin.
Well, just say something.
It's very glitchy, and it doesn't look purposeful.
Okay.
And it's very linear in the way, yeah, everything just pops on and just doesn't look very refined.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the problem. We're watching this without audio because in case you're using pirated music or non-licensed music, we don't want to get flagged for our content. It does look like you literally took a bunch of stills and put them together, and they don't really flow from one moment to the next. The moments are supposed to build up to something, and I'm not feeling that in this. And there are animations from the Blue Note Jazz record album kind of era, which are quite beautiful, and they have a certain kind of rhythm and cadence. It's not even. Something might appear ta 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 ta, something like that, and they animate, and then there's a little bit of animation. So if you're saying you're a motion graphics person, there are levels and levels upon which you need to grow into before you can call yourself that. Okay, so I have no idea if you're a student. It seems like you're an intern.
I just wanted to add something that
Are you watching comments?
that it should read visually, and it should read without sound. So you don't sound
you're
should
saying-
be secondary.
Okay.
So when it's visual, it should just be the primary focus, and then audio would just enhance it a bit more.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up right here, and we're going to move on to the next person. But before we wrap it up, I'm going to ask Molly to give us our summary thoughts on this. Just make sure she's paying attention. Molly,
Okay. Summary.
what should she do? Give her some prescriptive advice.
Okay. She needs to update her About Me
Ding.
and make it very specific for the people that you want to attract, who you want to be your client, and explain what you do.
Okay, we got that. Move
Okay.
on. What else?
Um,
Talk about her work specifically. What should she do? Give her some prescriptive things to do about her work,
she should definitely put the best pieces up top,
which are?
like that. This
Use words,
record
Molly.
label. Sorry, the record
The
label
spin?
one, the spin.
Mhm.
If she has some typography things, maybe put them up top because she's saying she's a graphic designer, or the illustrator is last. And yeah, see, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And where was that? Like the 4th or 5th?
It's
But-
pretty far down.
So do that, and let's see, what else?
Okay, I'll help you out.
Yeah.
You can say lifeline. I would
Lifeline.
delete half of the projects that you're doing. If you're an illustrator, be proud that you're an illustrator and work on the illustration skills. If you want to be a motion design artist, that's totally cool too. Work on those skills. Or if you want to be a graphic designer, work on that. Right now, it feels like it's a smorgasbord of lots of little things that don't really add up to everything. And that's the problem. We talk about the T skill. You got to go deep, not wide.
Okay.
No, very few people hire other creatives that just dabble in things. I don't want a dabbler. I want an expert, okay?
Okay.
So really take a hard look at your work. You probably are still starting out in your career, so I don't want to, leave you feeling empty on this. I want to encourage you, pick a lane that you love and just go all in on that. And it's totally okay to do that. I think a lot of schools do a disservice to students and tell them like you need to learn all these things, and they give an intro to typography, intro to lettering, intro to illustration, and guess what? You're kind of an intro person, and very few people hire based on that. Okay, having said that, we're gonna move on. This is gonna be a long marathon one, I think.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go as long as my throat holds up, or as my stomach stays compliant with and cooperates with me. Okay, next up, Gintel G. We're gonna go a little faster on each one because I don't want to repeat everything I say.
Okay.
Graphic design, creative direction, typography. Okay. Creative direction suggests what, Molly?
You come up with concepts for ideas? I mean, for I don't know. Can you tell me?
Molly, did you have your Wheaties this morning? Okay. Creative direction means you manage other creatives.
Oh.
It also means you know how to talk to clients.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you just come up with concepts. Everybody comes up with concepts.
I see.
So that's kind of a big statement. Let's see if that holds up, okay? I have to be nice to Gentile because she's in Los Angeles. She'll probably come over here and beat me up.
Yes, she will.
Luckily, I have these bodyguards next to me, and Aaron and Molly. So you have to get through them. It'd be like that movie with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. They'll take a bullet for me.
What?
The basics. Multidisciplinary graphic designer and illustrator from Los Angeles. What's my benefit? What's the benefit to me as a...
That she's multidisciplinary. It's hard to say.
Multidisciplinary?
Yeah.
It's very vague.
Okay. It's very vague. It's a little vague. A little vague. It's still not telling me what's in it for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what she wants either. Does she want a job? Does she want a client? We're not sure.
Okay.
Let's dive in. Okay, I'm going to just do a quick overview here. Some kind of fashion things, right? There's 3 women, and there's only 6 pieces, so this is good. This one has, I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah,
so let's
me
click
too.
on this Parker, New York thing. Looks like she designed a website here.
Mm-hmm.
Email marketing. Okay. Looks like she knows how to run a photo shoot. Here it says copywriting, UI, UX, web design.
I said
Molly?
it again. It's one of those. I guess
Molly?
I'm just used to saying it. I'll
I know.
break that habit.
Well, just say what interesting means to you. What does it mean? Just use that instead.
I'm just wondering if she worked with a photographer and where they gave her all these photos, like what her detail was in this project.
It would be
So,
nice to
yeah,
know. It would be
'cause
nice
it
to
seems
know
pretty.
if she art directed the shoot,
Yeah.
if she selected the models. So we're not getting a lot of information in here about what she did. Okay? And her role. So here's where we're trying to figure out what you do.
Yeah.
And this is critical. So I love that Molly had that reaction because she's trying to figure out like what was your role in all of this, and that's probably what your potential employer or client's going to wonder themselves. And it's okay to list the tools you use, and that's great for Adobe and everything, but
Yeah.
tell me what you did. Did you develop the theme for this lookbook or whatever it is that you're doing? Let me know. Let's keep going. This is for liaison. So this is a bunch of like logo
Oh,
exploration.
I like it.
Hand lettering,
Yeah.
and that's the ultimate logo.
I wish she showed more application or like what they went with on this, or maybe it was just an experiment for herself. But to see it applied on, like, whatever this brand is, like a poster, or if it's a clothing label or something like that, wherever these logos would live, see more of it.
So you're looking for contextual applications, looking for the logos to live on something, a package,
Yeah.
handbag, or anything.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. When you put the logo within context, it makes it a lot more real and tangible, and it makes it more elevated. Like it feels like it's worth more. Something that you should think about. So on that one, it was kind of nice to see logo sketches, and so it says liaison logo samples. I think a little retitling of this, like liaison logo exploration or something like that. Logo sample sounds like something else to me.
Yeah.
Like call things what they are, and that'll help me out a lot. Okay?
So would you say the titling of the projects is a pretty big?
It's huge.
Okay.
It's huge. It tells me it's a headline. It tells me should I click on this? It gives me context into what it is that you're doing, so I know what to look for. This one's a little mysterious. Save No Prayer collection.
Oh.
No.
Adult content.
Oh, I see. Okay, give me 1 second. Hopefully, it's not that kind of adult content. Thank you very much. Here's my Molly filled dead air.
Right now I'm gonna highlight what the 5 things are, so we can jump back and forth. So
Shoot.
what do you do? Is it clear? What's in it for me? Benefit of the client? Are you credible? Let's see.
Okay, we are back. Okay, if we see something too sketchy, because this is a show for all ages, Save No Prayer collection, okay. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they... There's nothing wrong with this.
Just the knife?
No, there's a little wardrobe malfunction kind of action, but that's not enough. Come on. People need to loosen up. Okay. So there's a lot of fashion photography here with models. You know what this feels like to me? This description on this page, it feels like you cut and paste what that website says about themselves. TM2Y delves into social pressures, youth, and sexuality. Okay, now we talk about what you did. It was a project where I was given full creative license to create my own interpretation of our theme. Okay. I guess, since you're a copywriter and you talk about this, I would like to just encourage you to write this copy so that it's a little easier to read and digest and process, okay? And it could be that the pagination, like how many words you have or how many letters you have per page, just makes it hard to read.
Yeah.
But just get to the point. I just don't have a lot of time to dive through the mouse type. Let's just get to it.
And what did you do?
What did you do?
Yeah,
why was it important? What problems did you solve? That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, so overall, I'm going to say that your work is fairly consistent. It seems very fashion-based. I'm not going to get into these other pieces. That seems pretty clear to me. I think we just need to sharpen up the language in terms of how you present yourself and to give some context to the work that you do. Thank you very much, Jintel, and see you on the flip side. Next up. Okay, this is from Hadil Saeed Ahmad from Jordan. Okay, I know this person.
You do?
Yes, I do, because she's in our what is it called, critiquing group, and I've seen her work. I recognize the sparrow logo, which I think is excellent.
Oh,
so
cool.
you can, I sometimes feel like this, that there is a correlation immediately. If the work is good, you get lots of views. So this is the highest viewed portfolio we've looked at thus far.
Yeah.
The other ones are fairly low. Once you get into the 6-digit numbers and 7-digit, you know this person is being looked at by a lot of people. And that should be one of your goals. This is a pretty good indicator as to if you're doing things right. Do you get a lot of views and appreciations? Is there a lot of engagement? Okay.
Okay.
Graphic design, branding, art direction. Okay. Logo, identity designer, branding specialist, and the founder of Designers Union. Wow. Feel free to ask questions. Okay, this one's nice.
Feel free to ask
Yeah,
questions.
it's an invitation. Okay, I get a sense of like she's open to things and she wants to invite me to have some dialogue with her. I like that. It's also saying that if I do ask a question or engage with her, she's going to respond to me. Who knows? All right, this is pretty cool. Logo identity designer, right up front. Okay, that's kind of clear. So if I need a logo or an identity,
go to her.
She's the girl to go to.
But does she need the what's in it for me benefit to the client, or would you say that's not?
She can. Okay, let's talk about this with now, Erica. This is probably the best one for me to talk about because it's very clear what she does. I could rephrase this to say I help clients build beautiful, impactful, memorable, and unique identities for their thriving company.
Okay.
That's a benefit to the client.
I see.
Is that okay? Does that make sense, Erica?
Yeah.
Were you distracted?
Yeah, editing.
That's fine.
So it's
Okay,
like
just say yeah.
your brand messaging worksheet, I feel like would help for that.
It would.
Yeah.
And well, everybody kind of needs to think about how to present their work so that it's of benefit to somebody else.
Okay.
Let's go into the GoFlex brand identity. There's the G
Flex.
and then F in the counter. So those are the negative space logos, right? Did you see that?
Yeah, now I do.
You mean after I pointed it out to you?
Yeah.
The powers of observation, Molly. G and F and a shape, okay? And look, I haven't seen the rest of this. This is the first time I've seen this, and I can tell she knows how to present a story.
Yeah.
She's staging this like, okay, so here's the thinking. What is this company called? GoFlex, right? So Go, G, Flex, F, and a basic shape and a color. Then she's showing herself drawing it. Notice the difference between the way she's presenting this and that first portfolio we saw, which looked like some kind of pencil sketch that you scanned in.
Yeah. There's
And
a big difference.
There's context here. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these things are faked. Molly, don't argue with me. A lot of these things are faked, right?
Jump down
But
that.
it just looks good.
Yeah, it does look good.
It looks credible. Okay, logo design, GoFlex. The variations to it. So she's presenting an identity system, telling me what my primary and secondary typefaces are. Okay.
Add some elements.
Color palette. I don't love those elements. They look like you stole them from the internet and didn't cut them out right, but
Yeah.
okay. Like these are originally shot on a white background. I can see the white bounce. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I like
That's
this.
Cool.
Cutting out some buff dude and throwing this thing in behind it.
Yeah.
Go flex, man. And then probably a fake embroidered cap or shirt, and it looks really good. It looks legit.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I don't love this typography.
Looks a little default.
Okay. All right, we're back to being good again. Nice. Okay. Ooh, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Now she's showing a lot more applications. So this is what Molly was talking about before, using a few old-fashioned mock-ups to show how the logo works. This is where I feel like we could do some more work. This is a sign, and signs can have different depths. Like certain parts could be cut out. Like this could be cut out a piece of metal, the G, and this could be raised lettering. So don't just take your logo and slap it on something. Okay? And I like that there's an integration of this arrow. I wish somehow some of these elements translated to something else.
What do you mean?
Well, do you see an arrow in here? Do you see pointy shapes? And like, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Like I look at the mark and the ways that it can be adapted to other things to show me how flexible it is. And so right now we're not really demonstrating that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool. What's that bottom logo?
Her logo.
Oh, it's her logo.
I'll hit an appreciate on that. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I'll follow you.
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh, sure. I already logged in.
Guess you're logged.
You know what it was?
Different tab.
Yeah, different tab. It's
Yeah.
stupid. I'd have to refresh. Okay, like check out this sparrow logo, you guys. She submitted this before, and I thought it was excellent. Look how well drawn that sparrow logo is.
Yeah, it
Now,
is.
I'm usually not a fan of gradients in terms of like the form. And usually people use gradients because they don't know how to design. But she knows how to design, so I can tell, and the shapes look very, very harmonious together. So sparrow, what's next? Logo design, icon design, applications. Look at this.
Yeah, I really like the way she's laying things out.
Look.
This is the
You
first.
see the thought process, you guys?
Yeah.
Very clear, very pro. So this is the kind of person you'd call for identity design. Don't love the integration. All right. Colors are nice. Trying to be a nice boy today on Friday. Okay. All right. So it looks like there's a bunch of marks. Yeah. So this is where I look for consistency and pattern matching, and it looks like this is the kind of stuff you do. You do really nice identity design.
Yeah.
Some beautiful marks. So bravo there. All right. Look at that. Right. She submitted a bunch of these things before. I've seen them in our thing. So there's a logo collection. There's depth here. Okay, beautiful. You can tell this person's been around. So she has experience. Well done. A deal? Okay, May Refke. May from Cairo, Egypt.
You were just there.
I was just there. Let's look at this. Project views. So we're back to 9,000 versus 50,000.
Still, I feel like that's a decent.
Well, it's all relative.
Yeah.
Graduate of the American University in Cairo with a bachelor's in marketing. Love to hear about your business. Okay, another invitation.
Okay.
Not bad. And for business inquiries, she put her website or email address right there. Okay. What did she do?
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to know that you graduated from this thing.
Yeah.
I never ever talk about that. Don't let that be your start of a conversation. Okay?
So it would be I'd
love to help your business find a visual identity. I don't know, whatever it is. Put that in there. I like this part where she says, I'd love to, and then fill in the rest. I'd love to do something to help you.
Yeah.
A user benefit. But in theory, it says she's, where does it say? Branding, graphic design, art direction. All right. Let's see.
Let's see it.
Now, of the designers that we've seen so far, let me click off this. Of the designers we've seen so far, who's been the clearest in their presentation to you?
The last one.
What's her name?
Can you tell me again?
Hadil? Isn't it? Don't you have it open, Molly? I've closed my tab. Isn't it Hadil?
I don't want to say it wrong. I think so.
Well, why don't you keep looking?
Okay.
Or is your order different than my order? There.
Hadil.
Hadil.
Yes, Hadil.
Okay. We're here having a conversation together, right?
Yes.
So Hadil, why?
Because of the way that she...
Can we cut to Molly's screen? Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Wow, she's so on it.
I know. Good job, Arca. I just like the way that she... everything's consistent. And it's like even the thumbnails are consistent, I feel like. It's all branding. And when you click into each project, it's really in depth on what she did and the process and application, and they all seem like they go through the same process each project. So
Do you get the feeling that she's a confident designer or not confident designer?
confident.
Why is that?
I don't know, actually. I just think that she's confident.
Rolling my eyes, Molly. I'm rolling my eyes.
She's confident because of the way that she's applying her designs on
No.
everything.
No.
No.
You know what? If you think about it, she's not trying to claim something other than exactly what she is, and then she backs it up. I do identity design, man, and here's 100 identity design projects. It's the other ones that are like, I do a little bit of this, and I do underwater basket weaving, and I juggle on the side, and I DJ for parties. And
I see.
those are not confident people.
Okay, because you're listing
Watch.
too many things.
Cut to our camera. Molly, where were you last night?
I was here at a party.
Okay. You see how, like, Molly said that? It was just really straight. Let's try this again, and let's
Okay.
add in some stuttering nonsense, and, like, you had to think about it, right?
Okay.
Like, if you were doing
Okay.
something else. Molly, where were you last night? Molly's range of acting is
I
limited
don't
here.
know.
It's gonna fall
Let's
apart.
see.
I can feel it falling apart right now.
A party somewhere local.
Yeah, I see. So when you're vague and you're kind of reaching for stuff, it's kind of like you're not, like, I don't know if I can trust you or if I can believe you. When I ask you, like, how much money is in your pocket, and you say I have $12, I believe you. Like, well, I mean, what are you talking about? Like money, like currency? And then it gets really suspicious. And when we look at work, I want to know what you do. Just be very clear, be very succinct, and just be proud of that. And if you're not there today, that's okay. Work towards that. But don't try and spread it all over the place. I'd rather see 2 projects than 25 that don't make any sense.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm just getting over a cold, you guys. In case you notice, my voice is a little different, and I'm coughing here. So let's look into this. Branding. I hope you live up to that promise. Let's see.
Already you notice a huge difference between.
So this is a bunch of marks, right?
Okay, is that what this is?
Yeah. So this is what
And it has
typically
multiple owners.
they call a logo collection. What is this? There's all these people's names on this. All right, it's kind of confusing to me.
Okay.
Is it confusing to you?
Yeah, it is.
What's this multiple owner? I don't understand. E.g. platform logo folio. I would not say that that's a great project to start our
Your
relationship
first click.
with, okay? This is just not good because I don't like projects with multiple owners like that unless you are part of a big team and you're the director or something. I just don't know. So then I see that there's fan art. I'm not going to click on that. I'm going to click on this one. Pondera. Okay, so there's nice. That's a nice
Yes.
typographic layout.
It is.
Okay, usage, color palette, clean.
Application.
All right.
More. Application.
Where does this pattern come from? Come from something?
No.
Okay, this concerns me a little bit. Okay, this is a nice typeface, lettering word mark here. Pretty straightforward, I think. And I'm wondering now how to use this and how do you build a system out of this. And she created this nice pattern, I think, but I'm not sure, and I don't know where it comes from. It'd be good to be able to show a little process and explain where this, is it following some kind of grid system?
Yeah.
Does it match the architecture? Or I have no idea what that is. So it's kind of a random pattern.
Yeah.
A little bit of a story behind that would make this be a lot easier for us to process. Okay, I'm going to look at 1 or 2 more pieces. Molly, why don't you go ahead and scan the Facebook and YouTube comments
Okay.
and see if there are any things that we need to talk about. Okay, and while you're reading, I'm going to just do this. So when you're ready, when you have succinct ideas that you want to share with me, let me know. Okay, so this is another one here. It says sine wave is a new wave of digital signage end-to-end solution. Okay. Too many words for me. Okay, S and W and then waves. Okay, so this is kind of nice again. So we're showing that she's putting a couple things together. Sine wave, S and W, and waves. Okay. And then what? My problem here is like, where's the S? Is this the S here? It's going to be turned on the side. Is that what you guys think?
Oh, someone said that the focus that comes up on the side, on the left side, is automatically generated by Behance based on the amount of projects that you have.
Also, Behance thinks it's... But
So
when you
it's like
upload
you-
a project, you get to call it what it is.
Yeah.
I remember that. Now, it's been a while since I've uploaded something, but if somebody is a Behance person, let me know. When you upload a project, you get to tag the category it's put into. So if you tag a bunch of things as graphic design is going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
If you tag them as illustration, that will come up. I don't think it's making that assumption for you.
So
So then it's ranking it. You have control.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd get off this platform. Okay, so you're showing the whole identity system. I kind of like this approach. Maybe some of the applications are not great for me, but overall, I like it. Well presented. I don't know if it reads as SW, but that's okay. It's a nice mark. Okay. So now we have another logo presentation.
Spencer asks, how do you get in the mind frame of a potential employer?
Well, that's a great question, Spencer. Let's answer that.
Okay.
What does an employer do? What's the life like as an employer?
They're really busy.
They're busy.
Yeah.
What else?
They're managing a lot of people.
Yeah.
They don't have that much time on their hands.
Yes.
Yes.
You're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I am.
Twice.
Okay. I don't know. Throwing out a lifeline.
Molly, you're going to run out of lifelines before the first half of the show. Okay. I'm looking for somebody very specific. I have a project. There's a need. Okay. A lot of times right now, Molly, what kind of people do we need at the office here?
Designers.
What kind of designers?
Graphics, web design.
Do you know? You're just kind of making up stories here.
Yeah.
Let's say we're working on a big branding project.
Okay.
So we need people who can come in and do some really great logos and know how to build out an identity system. And what kind of identity designer are we looking for, Molly?
One that's good with typography. Hand-drawn logos.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. What are we looking
how many
for?
hand-drawn logos do we do?
Not
Like
one that I can
one
that I can remember.
one that I already figured out,
Yeah.
right? So we rarely do those kind of hand-drawn
Okay.
vernacular style logos. Most of the times, and I've said this before, we're looking for corporate cool. Corporate like FedEx, H&R Block, and maybe F1, where it's really large multinational, multi-billion-dollar companies, because that's kind of where the money's at.
Yeah.
And it can't be corporate because that's boring. It has to be corporate cool.
Okay.
We're not looking for deconstructed logos, vernacular logos, or what you would call the hipster logos. We're not looking for that. We're not looking for hand-drawn feminine logos because we just don't have those kind of clients. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
So what you need to do, Spencer, is to think about the companies that you'd like to work for. It's not a one-size-fits-all. You're not casting a wide net. Think about the kind of companies you want to work for. You want to go work for Pentagram? You want to go work for Sagmeister Walsh? You want to work for Jessica Hish? I don't know. Whoever you want to work for, look at their work, look at your work, and close the gap. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
So you don't go in a boat and throw a hook down with a line and say, I want to catch a fish. I used to go out and go fishing with really, I think they could legitimately be professional fishermen. And just by the way that they bait their hook and drop it in the water, before the fish comes up, he's like, it's probably a trout. So how can you tell? Look at the way it runs. Look at where you cast that line into. We know what we're looking for. It's just not like catch anything.
Okay.
So
Very
in
specific.
the kind of animal kingdom, especially if we're talking about fish here, just to kind of complete the metaphor, is that if you let your sinker and your hook go all the way to the bottom, you're going to catch bottom fish. And they have their different ranges. Like there's some fish that only congregate at the bottom, some in the middle, and some are top feeders. Okay?
Okay.
So when you drop it all the way to the bottom in a deep area, you're going to catch a certain kind of fish. Freshwater, it might be like a carp or a catfish or something like that. They're bottom feeders. And they like really smelly bait.
The bottom feeders.
Yes, they do. Right?
Yeah.
And the top feeders like little insects. Why? Because it's what lands in the water near their top. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you need to profile who they are. You need to look at their work. And you need to align your work to their work. And that's how you get the work. Okay. So scanning through this here a little bit, very, very feminine. It feels a little different than the other one. So I think you're showing some range here. And as long as you show enough of that range, you're in good shape. This piece stands out to me. Because so far I've seen a couple of logo identity projects, and then I see something that looks totally different. So I'm going to click on this. Graphic design illustration. So this is an illustration, huh? Okay. Excuse me. Okay. I don't love these, Molly. I don't love these.
Why?
They look like you just traced them with a vector tool and dropped them into something. If you want to be an illustrator, go be an illustrator. If you want to be an identity designer, go be an identity designer. This is where it gets a little tricky. And some people actually, very few, it's very rare, they have the skills to do both identity design and illustration. It's very different disciplines. And this is where I feel like you're putting too much into your portfolio, and it's not necessary. Most likely because when I'm looking for an illustrator, I'm looking for somebody that has 500 illustrations and they've been doing this all their life. I don't get the feeling that that's your jam, as Erica would say.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to move on. Yes, because you're like, that's my jam, man. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Next up, Brandman Design. I like this. I like the name of your company. It sounds like grandma, but brand ma.
I like it.
Brandman Design.
Sweden.
I want to go
Stockholm,
to Sweden.
Sweden. 987. So the views are getting smaller and smaller, Molly. Okay. Hi, I'm Annika, a type and color-loving design director in Stockholm, Sweden. I started Brandman in late 2016, specializing in logos, brand identities, and packaging design. All right, this is cool. I like that she put her name in here because Brandma doesn't tell me who she is. And I don't know if I want all this information in there. I already know you're from Stockholm, Sweden because it tells me here. I wouldn't waste my energy there. And just focus on this. Okay, she specializes in logo and brand identity and packaging design. Remember that, Molly.
Logo, identity, packaging.
Logo, brand identity, and packaging. Perfect. You love packaging, right?
Yes, I do.
So let's go.
Let's go to that second one.
Okay, soon. More print. Okay. This is an interesting logo in that I don't love the logo.
Yeah.
But I really like the patterns. Like, this is really cool. Like, it makes a neat pattern for me.
It does.
So it's nicer as a pattern than it is as a mark. So here's the packaging. So she is doing exactly what she said she does.
She is.
Logo, identity design, and packaging.
Good job.
Right? So she delivers on her promise.
She does.
So I'm saying when I don't like it as much, it's subjective. You guys, take it with a grain of salt. There's something that feels really hard to read for me on this.
Yeah.
And they're somewhat unresolved.
And again, it has multiple owners. But
It does?
Yeah, but she's
How
not.
do you see that so fast?
Multiple owners.
Oh, right at the top? You mean like
So,
right here, dummy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Oh, it's her.
Her
personal.
and her company.
Okay. All
That
right.
is a little confusing, but okay. Maybe there's a reason why, but I'm not going to look into that. Sometimes designers will create a Behance page with a lot of work on there, but some of it they can't show as their own firm because they did it for somebody else.
Oh, I see.
So that's why I think she's created 2 pages. That would be my guess, and that's okay. I like this mostly because there's some kind of sheen, reflective quality to it. It seems like it's not quite gloss, but it's not matte either. And I think it almost feels metallic. I know it's not metallic, and there's something cool about that. And then on the matte box, maybe this is where I like to play with different finishes, where the label itself could have a little
gloss,
sheen,
yeah.
hit it with a spot varnish, something like that, or some other
But it
printing
looks,
technique,
I
a foil.
appreciate she
a clear
actually
foil.
took this picture, you know? It doesn't look like a mock-up on the computer.
You appreciate that?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's a good picture, and she's taking the time and effort to photograph her products versus just mock-up.
What if the mock-up looked better?
Then, yeah, that's true. If the mock-up looks better, then
To
you
go
should
with a
use
mock-up.
yeah.
It's really not about time or effort. It's
Yeah.
just about professionalism and how good it looks. So
I
right
see.
now, I think you're responding, and rightfully so. This is a good-looking
Mock-up,
photograph
yeah.
or mock-up, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you took it or not.
Okay.
Okay.
The
What matters
second
more
one.
is it represents what it is that you like in your aesthetic. It is getting a little warm in here.
It is.
It's okay. We're gonna
Okay.
power through this. And this is called Sweat Lodge Edition. All right. How did I click on this? Okay. This is Helmer's Lila Coke. Logo, brand identity design, illustration, packaging design. You know what? I've been talking about this.
What?
This is the client. This is what you did. And there's more detail if I need it. There's 3 different point sizes. And it's at a point size that I can actually read. Mm-hmm. Bravo. Okay?
Okay.
So that's how I want it, guys. Make it really clear.
Yeah.
Why do you want to make me work so hard to figure out what the heck you did?
Yeah.
Is this like frozen food that you microwave or something? I see that there's vegetables in there. There's a character that you designed, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's a good presentation.
Yeah, it is.
It's playful. This incorporates illustration, but it has typography, and I think that's the important part. If you are actually good at illustration, that's cool, but just don't lose the design part of it. So when you integrate the two, that's nice for me. If she showed a page of just like squiddy creatures, maybe I would be less excited about that. Okay, I'm gonna let you pick the next one, Molly. Which one do you want to pick?
This middle one, the logo and visual.
Okay, you like that one? So Furen, logo, brand, identity design. Okay, so it's very consistent, everything that she says she does. Some images missing. There it goes. It loaded. Why'd you pick this one? I'm just curious.
Just caught my eye. The fish.
Just seeing the fish?
Yeah, the thumbnail for it.
Okay. Can you articulate that?
I like the style of this. That's why I picked it.
Describe the style.
This illustration mixed with flat colors, and it was very like earthy. So I wanted to check it out, see more about it.
These feel like they're from a specimen book.
Yeah.
And there is a certain retro vibe to it that I think we both like. And then there's this flat overprinting technique that's used, and really simple colors. And so there's a certain design vernacular. It feels old when it's still new.
Yeah.
And so there's a good vibe there. You should create a little wallpaper for it. That's cool. I think this is a nice presentation and packaging. If I could say one thing here, I think your photos are really good of the products that you've produced. I think we can just kick it up one notch. Maybe look at some photography videos and blogs to kind of just take it up to the next level.
Is that what you would add? Like, what would you add? One thing.
I would. Notice all the shots are top down, as if we're hovering over the table and looking down.
Oh, you're right.
It would be nice, actually, if we saw a shot at an angle with some perspective. Maybe this is in a really high-end supermarket, like a Whole Foods somewhere, where you see the table and kind of an out-of-focus background. Maybe one of these things are open. I have no idea what this is.
Do you want to see the process of this, too, or not so much?
No, not when you have this much stuff. I don't need to see the process. But what I was going to say is maybe one of these containers are open. I don't know if this is a spread or something.
Yeah.
And then putting on a piece of crostini or with some capers and some
make it look more
shallots.
appealing.
Just like food styling, food photography. So if you look up food photography or food stylist, that might help you out.
Okay.
All right? I was going to click on this little guy. Let me just look on this really quickly. Skills, muscle, live. Okay, it's very... Oh, here we go. It's starting to load in.
Why'd you pick this one?
I like the floral elements that are combined with this serif typeface.
Logo for a divorce community.
It's something that's very appealing. It feels very elegant, very graceful. It looks like she's got a pretty good handle on patterns, right? And colors and presentation. So here's one example where she put something in perspective. I think this is a mock-up that you can get. Yeah. Or just changing the picture plane opens it up, draws my eye in. It kind of breaks the monotonous grid. Okay?
More dynamic.
Yeah. All right. Well done. Hopefully you'll get more views after this. This is Brandman Design. Good job, Anika. Okay? Wow. We only have 184 more to go.
Oh, my God.
How you guys doing? You guys need a break?
How are we doing?
How are we doing? Do we need to turn on the air conditioning? Are you
guys
guys okay?
I think we should. If we're going to, man this, push this out, go through all these.
Go ahead.
All right.
Turn it on. I'll keep doing this. You know how to do it, Molly?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Hannah from Warsaw, Poland. Nice profile picture. When I say you need a professional headshot, this looks like a professional headshot. Neutral background, Black and white. Can't go wrong with black and white. Love that. Okay. Woo! Molly. She's got 59,000 views.
Wow. That's a lot.
And a couple of awards here. So I suspect her work is going to be pretty good. Look at this here. I like simple. That's what she says. Okay? Let's get... So she's a student? Wow. So she's still a student. Okay. Let's look at it.
I like that she states that. I like simple.
Yes. Why do you like that?
Because it's clear what she will perform, what she does.
Does it?
And
Simple.
then she backs it up with her work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, when you say I like simple, it's telling you something about your beliefs and values.
Your style.
Just beliefs and values.
Okay.
Okay? I'm trying to help you out.
All right.
If you don't want my help, that's fine.
I do want your help.
Okay. All right. I think she can learn something from Annika in terms of styling the text a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 12, 14-point Helvetica, and it's just killing me. And centered.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. Okay. Let's look at this here. Millennium Trilogy book design. All right. So without knowing more about these books, I don't know. Well, look at that. So they start off in red, and then they go and get burnt.
Cool.
I wonder if the cover opens up or something. There's probably some carbon paper, semi-transparent dust jacket. See?
Ooh.
See, Molly? See how I know these things? So this is a 2-layered design here, and people are giving me a hard time about my whole vellum idea on that critique on somebody's typography, Darren Roseberg or something. So this is printed with a translucent piece of material. So red is on the outside, and if you take off the slip jacket, this is what's underneath. Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty
nice.
cool.
Very cool.
Now, I think she could have done a little bit more to kind of demonstrate that without me trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Like show the process.
Show somebody taking it off, and it's not where it's 2 covers.
Yeah.
Like something like this, but where it's very obvious what's happening there. Nice typography. I assume she laid out the book. So people, here's another shot. I like this, guys. I like this.
I like that too.
Where you see the page opened up. You see a little bit of the dust jacket on the outside, and it's shallowed up the field, where it's blurry there, and it's sharp here, and then it gets blurry down here. I think a little more separation between the background and the page itself could be nice. Again, you're going to have to take some lessons in photography. I think it's because the light that's hitting this is spilling on the background in equal amount as on the page. The way you do that is you lift the book off the cove, the white background. So then the light would be brighter on the page and darker on the background. We want separation. Like, I don't want this edge to disappear here. Okay? I like these photos.
Me too, the details.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, this is nice. Okay. All right. I'll
Well
give you a thumbs
done.
up.
Oh,
Boom.
you can't do it.
It did.
Oh,
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
cool.
Okay. I think in your composition, this may not be your best thumbnail. That would just be my guess.
Yeah, you should do
The
one.
one where it's stacked and there's 3 different sizes. I like that. Big, medium, small, good composition. Just rule of thumb. I'll click on this one. Nightly. Okay, Nightly. So there's some styling here. This is what I want. Nightly is a scientifically developed app created to help you fall asleep. Okay, fine. So here's some process. These are really tight sketches. My goodness.
Yeah.
It shows me that somebody's taking time and care to either only select and curate the best of their sketches or to go back after the fact and tighten them up. And if you drew like this in real time,
Wow.
you have my respect immediately.
Yeah.
It's like Jamie 2.0,
Yeah.
right? So here's the solution, the moon, the circle, the transition, finding the symbol, see, final logo, Nightly, some rules here, typography, gray, color. This is well presented.
It is.
Very sharp. App icon design, okay. Oh, look at that. She got a little
Ooh.
blind emboss going there
I love that.
and a two-sided card
So she definitely appears professional.
as a student.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's when you start.
Look, if you want to be a professional, don't do student work. Just do professional work
As a student.
as a student.
Multiple
Hey.
owners.
There's the first. I gave you 2 thank yous. 2 project appreciations. All right. There's some things that don't fit in here,
Like what?
but that's okay. Like, look, charcoal
Like,
portraits.
yeah.
You guys, come on.
Okay.
The tendency for a student is to put in everything you've ever done in your entire life.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, your Behance portfolio is not your mom's refrigerator. Don't put up every piece of art you've ever made. This is great. You're doing really well. Bravo. You're a student. You're rocking it. I love the presentation. And I think you live true to your promise. I like simple.
I like simple.
And so can you. All right.
Oh, man.
What's wrong?
I'm just looking at all the other ones we have.
Mine's not as scary looking as yours. Duri from Madrid. Is that how you say that? Two vowels. Look at that. Duri.
I like it.
Okay, Duri. 1,000. Freelancer with some years of experience. It's like 1 year, 2 years. What are you talking about here?
Some years.
Some years
Keep it
sounds
vague.
very vague. And don't make me become suspicious when I don't need to be. Tell me with 10 years of experience or just remove it. I design websites and create visual identification. Why don't we take a moment here, Molly, and read some comments from Facebook or from YouTube? What are they saying now? Is this more in the tone of what you guys want? Because last time people complained that I got too into the weeds
Granular.
and I didn't look at the portfolio as a whole.
I see.
Go ahead, Molly.
Someone's saying, do you have to specialize in one field of design?
Yes, next question.
Only one? Can't have two?
Yeah, Molly, I already said next question.
All right. Let me see.
You know what? If you're really talented, go do two. Because
Yeah.
you got so much work from the one that you just can't bear it anymore.
Someone says I'm about to remove some projects from my Behance now.
Good,
This
good.
is very beneficial. Exactly
Good,
what I need to
good.
hear, Chris. Be specialized.
Be specialized, man. This is what I say all the time. Nothing new here, guys. Nothing new. Move on. How about Facebook? What's
Okay.
Facebook saying?
Let me check out the Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Play a little music while you do that.
A lot of people
never
are
mind.
still asking, where can I send my portfolio for review?
You know what? If you're asking that question at this point in time, I'm about to go thermonuclear on you right now.
Do it.
No.
Okay. This is the new Chris.
This is the new me. The new, calmer, chiller, more lovable person.
Someone's asking, where do you get the mock-up templates? Google.
Ah, you guys.
The questions are very,
Yeah.
all right.
All you have to do is write mock-up template. And if you want to get them for free, just add the word free.
Art of search. Okay. Is there a way to, these questions are not like the overview. It's just very specific. Like, is there
Well,
a way
ask
to,
me one.
does Behance allow us to move out images from the top?
Of course they do.
Somebody already answered that. Behance versus Dribble. Which
I don't
one
look
do
at
you-
Dribble.
Okay, that answered that.
Christo, your voice sounds like it needs a rest. Time
It does
for
need a
2
rest.
weeks.
Who said that? Shabani?
No.
Who's saying that?
Where is that?
My throat hurts, guys.
I don't know. I
Wow,
lost it. Okay.
What else? Anything else?
How do you come up with your own professional branding projects when you're just a student?
Oh, the questions, Molly. You guys are killing me.
I know.
How do you come up with professional projects when you're just a student? First of all, remove the word just a student. You're an unpaid professional.
You're a
Yeah, there
You're
you
an
go.
unpaid professional.
beginning
Okay.
professional.
Look, I'm going to say this one more time, you guys. All right, I'm going to look right into the camera right here. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. I'm going to look right in the camera. I'm going to say this to you right now. Listen up. Look at the work that you love. Look at your portfolio. Close the gap. Just close the gap. Okay? That's all you need to do. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to look at this work that you love, and you're going to copy it. Try to redraw it exactly. If they use a stippling brush, use the stippling brush. If they use a gold foil technique, simulate the gold foil technique. Do it so it becomes part of your visual language, and your hand has memory. Just do it and do it again until you start to feel like you could do their work.
What if you don't know how they did it?
Then you're not a very resourceful person, and I'm sounding very judgmental, but I don't know how else to say this, you guys. Okay, I'm reading this book. I didn't bring it with me.
Yeah, what is it?
It's called 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness, written by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. I'm sure Molly's writing this down because she's taking no notes, but that's okay. Okay, Jim Rohn, 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness or something like that. And he says, whatever you want to become in life, study it. Study what you want to become. So if you like this kind of work, study it. And the good news is success leaves clues, you guys. It leaves clues. Okay? So when Aaron and I were talking about doing a promo, he's like, yeah, what kind of promo do you want to make for the future? And I say to him, well, Masterclass is doing a great job. Their promos are very engaging. They don't need to pay me to watch them. I'll watch them. He's like, okay, I can do something like that. And no, I said, I don't want you to do something like that. I want you to do that. Go watch those clips. Make a shot list. What did they open on? Did they start with a question? Did they start with a statement? Did they tell you how much it was going to cost at the beginning? How many insert shots did they put in? Did they use somebody else to like rain accolades upon them? Like the most amazing class ever. Were they hands-on? Was the camera moving? What color temperature was it? Study the work. So here's the thing. The word study, it sounds painful. It sounds boring. It sounds like, what a chore. I got to study. I just want to make stuff. And then you know what you make? You make
garbage.
Crap. Crapola. That's what you make. And then you look at your work and you're like, why doesn't it look like that? Because you wanted to take a shortcut. All right. Let's get back into it. Don't ask me a question that's going to send me off the deep edge, you guys. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be cool.
You're doing great.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right. You feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Shut up. I saw that look on your face. How dare you? Okay, let's go back to this thing. Duri Duri. It sounds like a fruit or beverage I should order. I'll take 2 Duri Duris. 1 on the rocks. Okay. Overall, these thumbnails look sharp. Very pro. Some not so pro. Okay. Let's play a game of Duck, Duck, Goose.
Okay.
Let's try something else. Okay. You tell me, is this a duck? Molly?
Yes.
Duck?
Yes.
Duck.
Yes.
Okay, so far so good. Duck?
Yes.
Duck?
No.
Okay, maybe. Duck?
Yes.
Okay. Duck?
Yes.
Duck?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Duck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Duck?
Yes.
Goose!
Oh.
Look at this.
Ugh.
You see all these comps? Like typography?
Okay.
And then I see a woman with a squiggly logo.
Okay.
Pattern matching is a sign of intelligence, Molly.
What about just the logo?
No. That's Goose too.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Look at it. Everything's got some kind of design around it. It's very well
background.
composed. There's some dimensionality. There's typography. Yeah, this one is not as elaborate as the other ones, but it's got something, right? It's starting to get a little simpler. So there's a consistent formula that she's applying, and then she breaks it. So I'm scared. I'm scarred. I'm going to click on this one because I like this one. Duri Duri. Where's Duri Duri from? From Spain, right?
Yes.
Madrid? Madrid, Spain, yeah. Okay, just making sure you're paying attention. Let's look at this one. Interesting way to lay this thing out, kind of upside down and to the right.
Makes you turn your head.
Uh-huh, it does. I wonder why she's doing it like this. So it's kind of
nice
like a fashion. I like the topography here.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's nice. I like.
Oh.
Do my Borat. Okay, now I'm going to click on one of these two. Which one should I click on?
That one, the woman.
Use words.
Sorry.
That one doesn't help me. Okay. Tez Ogu. How do you say that?
Tesla.
Shmegu.
Selmagu.
There you go.
So this one's pretty thin
It is.
compared to the others, right?
Delete.
Very thin.
Delete.
Molly's saying in her most supportive, feminine, and supportive voice, delete. Molly said that, not me. But I agree.
Same.
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 Isn't that? See? You guys see
Yeah.
how this works? Duck,
Yeah.
duck, goose. So right now, Duri, you have plenty of great work. Do not pad out your portfolio. Don't feel compelled to put so many pieces in there. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Right? And let's see here if the thumbs up kind of proves it to be true. Let's see. This one has got 1 thumbs up.
Because that's one picture. Or 2. No, never mind.
This is nice.
It is.
You know what? They're wrong. This must be a mock-up. Because I've seen this marble thing before, huh?
With the background?
Yeah, like the first thing that we clicked on. There's a lot of marble. Either she has a really nice home with marble everywhere, or it's a mock-up. But that's okay. I don't mind that. Okay, Duri, You're doing amazing, amazing. I would say just get rid of a few of these extra projects. You don't need them.
Yeah.
I suspect then when we go through a second round, you might delete some of these other projects. You just don't need them.
Just show your best.
Show your best. Forget the rest. And there are words in here: UX, UI, interaction designer. Okay. Design process. Look at that. Okay, this
Design
is how.
thinker.
This is how I know you're a user experience designer. When you get into these weird flowcharts that look like ugly as butt, then I know you're a user experience designer and it's legit. Because people use the two terms UX and UI interchangeably, and it's not true. Typically, as I've looked at UX designers before and looked at their portfolios, it's horrible. It looks just like this, right? That's how I know it's legit. Little decisions being made, group A, oh, wow. Getting me a little excited here. Look at that. This is a lot. You know, for that, I'm just giving you a thumbs up. All right.
So generous today.
I'm not generous.
With your thumbs up.
You know what it is? I'm firm, but I'm fair.
Firm
just
and
like
fair.
Yeah, just like the boxing referee. Okay. Aya El Tabgi from Cairo, Egypt, another Egyptian. All right.
All your fans from Egypt.
I don't know. Maybe she's a fan. Let's see. She must be.
Yeah.
Because otherwise she wouldn't be on the channel, right? Somebody asked this question before. I want to clear this up. They asked, do I have to be part of a group to get my work critiqued? No, you don't.
No.
But you do need to pay attention. It doesn't cost you
Follow
money.
us.
You don't pay money, but you do need to pay attention. So if you're on our Facebook page, we'll put up a little thing saying, submit your work for this kind of topic, and we'll review it in 2 weeks. So when we say we'll review in 2 weeks, we'll create an event. That's how you know, theoretically, we would have it on that event unless something happened. Or we're just late. But I digress. Let's keep going on. Woo! How are people holding up? If you guys need to use the bathroom, grab an adult beverage, cup of coffee, or whatever you need to do. I suggest you do that right now. I'm going to start to go into lightning round mode, if that's okay.
All right, let's see this.
Does the internet think it's okay if I go into lightning round mode, you guys?
I'm waiting.
for it.
Waiting.
Tell me. You want slow or fast? Just type in slow or fast.
Slow or fast.
Slow or fast.
Let's
on
see
Facebook
it.
or on YouTube, you guys. Let me know.
Stand up and stretch.
You telling me to stand up and stretch?
That's what someone's telling. They're saying, yep, go faster.
Go fast.
Go fast.
Speed
fast.
round.
Okay, everybody's saying fast. Okay, that's good enough, guys. We got it. Stop typing. Here we go. So Molly, I'm gonna go fast. So
let's go fast.
I think this person, Egyptian, freelance graphic designer. I have experience in Photoshop. I don't care. Work in printing. I don't care. And so graphic design, illustration, and branding. Basically, you're trying to say you do everything. I see a bunch of logos. Okay, and so the logos look okay.
Yeah.
They look okay. They're not bad. They're not great. And some of them feel a little bit on the generic side. Okay, this is where I'd rather see 3 really great logos, well developed, with context, lots of angles, interesting applications, versus a million things. You've done a lot of work, but I don't think all the work is consistently at a high level. And I think it's reflective in the number of project views and appreciations, okay? I think there's some talent in here, Aya. I would just encourage you to do less, not more. Go deep, not wide.
Yeah.
Okay, like look, this thing has 3 images to it. And this is like a janky Photoshop comp, I can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell.
They have better free ones out there.
Okay? What you want to do is do that work that looks like that European international standard, and then you're going to be able to get work in the international market. Now, I do know this. When I was talking to my newly found Egyptian friends, I found that they don't make a lot of money there. Some people make $300, $400 a month. And if you make $5,000 a year, you're doing well in life. So here's the thing. Everybody wants to know, how do I get more work? How do I convince people in the local space to pay me more? And the truth of the matter is, and as sad as this is going to sound, it's very difficult to change the way people think and how they want to pay. Okay? The only person you can control is yourself. So for me to say, like, I'm going to control and change how you think about me, that's a difficult task. And the thing that I said to this group that I was meeting up with is, let's say you're dating somebody, and they love you, and they care about you, and they want you to do well in life. How successful have you been in changing their mind about something that they don't fundamentally believe?
No. Not successful.
Very small.
Yeah.
So that's somebody who cares about you. That's somebody who wants to see you do well. Now imagine a stranger coming in who doesn't want to pay you anything. You're going to change that person's mind? I don't have those kind of David Blaine magic. I don't.
Doesn't work like
I'm
that.
not that kind of guy. What I say is, If you go out into the international market and you present your work at the level in which people are capable or are used to seeing, you're going to get that work and they're going to pay you a lot more. You can go out and design a website for $10, $20, $30, $40,000. That's going to be 8 times what somebody who makes a great living in Egypt makes. And you can do that. But don't do that work that looks like local work. Moving on. Lindsey Rains from Burnham, United Kingdom. Burnham on Sea. Wow. Graphic design, illustration, and branding. There's a lot of that stuff going on here, huh? Illustration, no, it scares me. Let me fly.
Okay.
This is all over the place.
It is.
I'm looking for a pattern here. I see a couple of these. What are these called? My wife does these things. Geometric, low poly illustrations. This is really beautiful. I like this. Here's one suggestion. I wouldn't show the process on this. For some reason, when I see the process, it takes the magic out of it. This, super cool. Put this on a package, a shopping bag, crop into it, make a print, do all these kinds of things, but don't just show the one thing. I want to see illustration incorporated with design, typography, in a logo. Do something more with this. Otherwise, it's just an illustration. Okay. And I see this crazy thing with the green light bulb and this thing that looks like clip art. That scares the heck out of me, guys. Come on. And then I see this thing with gradients and drop shadows. That scares the heck out of me. All right. I think you guys need to be a little bit more judicious in what you put into your portfolio. Be more curatorial. Select only the best of the best work. And if it's not quite there, work really hard on getting it there. Molly's pointing at her screen for some reason. What do you want to say?
Number 4 of the review that you
say it. Molly's pointing like no.
Does your work look like work I would pay good money for? Number 4.
Right. Okay. So Lindsay, let's do that, okay? Let's edit this thing down. I really want you guys to do this. If you can do this, I think you'll do much better. Closing this down. Susana Rodriguez. I think the reason why people want us to go fast is their work hasn't been covered yet.
Yeah, maybe.
She's looking for a job in branding, graphic design. Okay.
400.
Lives in Portugal. All right. Okay, before I had mentioned somebody had a great headshot. This one's okay. This is not a great one. And the reason being is it seems like you're too close to the background. You're blocking out that side. So let's work on this. It looks like it might be slightly out of focus too. So let's work on that, okay? Everybody go get yourself a professional headshot. You can use it everywhere. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, Behance.
If you have iPhone 10, it will do it for you.
You know what you can do?
What?
Can't you go to the Apple store, take the picture, and airdrop it to yourself?
There you go.
Look, I'm about being scrappy.
Hack.
There's a life hack right there. Go to the Apple store, which there are many. Use their studio feature, and it does a remarkable job, you guys.
It really does. It does a great job.
And then airdrop it to yourself, and then you're good to go. Boom.
There's your headshot.
There's your headshot. Until you can afford better. Okay. 407 project. Okay, typography, branding, graphic design. I get it. Okay, there's only 5 pieces here. Let's play Duck, Duck, Goose. Molly, which one's the goose?
First, typeface.
Oh, the first one? Yes.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Goose.
It's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
this thing.
The surfboard, whatever.
So these things look very promising to me. So I'm going to click on this. Ooh. What is this? She designed a typeface? Yeah, I see. It's her first typeface. Okay, here's my suggestion. When you design a typeface, ask yourself, why are you designing typeface? Does the world need another typeface? Is it solving a particular problem, or is this an assignment you got in school? Second thing you should do is you should design a type specimen, like show people how you use it, do it in a poster. Yeah. Great example is Emigre, E-M-I-G-R-E, Emigre. They do a great job of using odd typefaces and finding great context and applications for it. So when you do that, put it in books, posters, patterns, things like that, dingbats, whatever, then it looks really good. But I know for some people, being a graphic designer, once you design your own typeface, it feels like you get put into that upper crusty arena. Mm-hmm. I've never designed one. And it's great if you can, but first of all, it has to be good. Mm-hmm. Second of all, give it some great application. Did you find anything for Emigre?
I don't know.
No. E-M-I-G-R-E.
E-M-I-G.
R-E, emigrate. I'm surprised you don't emigrate. Delete the rest of that junk.
Okay.
There, now you're getting closer to it. Okay, it's emigrate. Yeah, go all. Go switch to her screen. Now this is Emigrate magazine, and Emigrate magazine is designed using their typefaces. Do you see how they have all these? Hold on, Molly, can we go back? Where was it? Maybe the upper right one.
Here.
Yes. So they're using typefaces in applications, so you can see that they're kind of funky. Maybe you can type in Emigrate editorial spread or spread or something. Like, let's give it a little bit more. They're really trying to show you how to use their typeface. Okay, this is Emigrate. Rudy Vanderland, Luana Zucco, amazing designers. Okay, let's try do Emigrate catalog. Molly.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
You know how to highlight that, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at the catalog, look for something that's interesting. I'm gonna keep clicking around here, okay? Can you talk while you look?
Yeah, I'm
Go ahead.
I'm trying to see if there's a mock-up of a catalog that they've done, and this is kind of interesting, showing the typeface. Oh, it's not on my screen.
Oh, show her screen, please. Thank you. Very X.
Yeah, how they break it down and show all the weights, and it's set in the paragraph setting.
You know what they're doing?
What?
They're showing how they use it.
Okay.
When you design a typeface, show people how you use it, so they can get excited about it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go back to my screen. So now I've clicked on this project called Coast Around. So I assume this is some kind of logo and application Best Portugal has to offer. I'm not sure I love these animated GIF things or GIFs. I like the icon set that came with this. I kind of like this, except for
retro vibe.
Okay. Usually you can buy kits like this where they have cool different accessories like the sunglasses and the watch. This one looks like you cut it apart and then you put a very heavy drop shadow. And what it makes it look like is these elements and objects that you're adding that were once three-dimensional now feel very much like a 2D sticker with a drop shadow. I would strongly encourage you not to do this. Yeah. And since you guys were asking, I'm going to go on to Creative Market because you guys want to know where do you get mockups from. I'm going to type in retro mockups. Okay? And now you're going to see all these kinds of things. Like, you see this right here? I'm not saying this one's great. Let's see. So these are the photos. Are these photos? This one's not great. Let me type in. I think they have a whole category called mockups, don't they?
No, also
Product
graphic
mockups.
burger. Do you know that?
Why don't you look at it?
Okay.
While I look for this. I'm looking for something. Here we go. Look at this one here. So when you do a mockup, try to find, maybe this one's all cut. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me zoom in. Some of these look great and some of them do not. Notice this high-heeled shoe here, the shadow is not flat, how it's thinner or more translucent in areas because the lighting is different, and see there's a shape to it. That tells me it's a three-dimensional object. You can fake this if you pay attention to light, where some things feel more two-dimensional like this beanie. Yeah. Okay? You can buy these mock-up packs, and the most incredible thing about this stuff is it's super cheap. Let's look at the price. This one's $34. Now, I understand if you're only making $300 a month, $34 is a lot of money. You do not need to buy these super bundles, and they do offer promotions from time to time. Okay? So I'm going to try and find one where it's vintage mockup. I didn't spell mockup correctly. Delete that. Because I know when I was looking for stuff before, there are some beautiful things. Here we go. Wood and bone.
That's a good one.
Wood and bone. Look at this one. Okay, so I'm going to click on this magnifying glass. This one is, I think, for me, I'm sorry to say this, $34, $24, whatever these things are, it's super cheap. Yeah. These are high-res photos. These guys stage these things, and they get it right, and then they cut all this stuff out for you so you can put anything into the mock-up itself. And so here's an example of a bunch of them, like this book that you can have, or a piece of slate, a piece of wood. So you see the quality of the photography here?
Yeah, it's really
and look at the brushes. If you just put your logo on one of these things, if it were appropriate, it would make your work look 1,000 times better and more expensive. And this is what I'm talking about, you guys. Now, I don't condone stealing or sharing or anything like that, but I don't know where you get these images from. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. So here's the set. And there's a bunch of them. So what I do is I'll go in, because I have buyer's remorse sometimes. I'll go buy it right away. And then I look for another one. I'm like, dang it.
Oh.
There's one that's like this that's even better. So what I'll do is I'll go and add it, right? Instead of doing like that, I'll add it to my, I'll like it or save this for later into my potential buy. This guy's actually quite good. I bought several things from him. His name is Made by Vadim. Let's click on this. This is another tip here. When you find somebody who makes something good that you like, look up who makes it, and then there's a good chance. No. Oh. There's a good chance they make a lot of other things that you might like. So he has this thing called the Master Collection, which is 60% off. It's everything he's ever made, which is really good. And you can see here he's made so many things. So what are you looking for, Molly? Any kind of mock-up in particular? He has wall frame mock-ups.
Yeah, he has all.
He has everything. Are you looking at it too? Made by Vadim?
Yeah, no, I was
looking.
He
has signs. He's got everything in here.
He does.
And you can tell there's a certain quality, a style to the things that he's doing. Here's the notebook collection. Is that Aaron saying it's time for lunch? Or are you just checking in on us, dude? How you doing?
I'm good. The lighting's a little harsh.
On Molly or me? Oh, who cares? Okay. 50 notebook collections. Let's look at this, you guys. So if you're an illustrator, this might be a great way to show your drawings. But if you're an illustrator, I suppose it would just be in your notebook and you could take a picture of it. Mm-hmm. You see? They're staged. They're well art directed. The lighting is good.
Look good.
Come on, guys. Come on, internets. Just look for this stuff. It's called a mock-up, okay? Now that you know, you can find tons of these things all over the internet. It takes a minute to search. It really does. But it shows that you care. All right, closing this stuff down. Now I have to go all the way back to where we were. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so mock-ups. I'm going to give you a C-, and I'm being kind. All right. Let's keep working on this work. This is a nice mark. I like this. Heart lung.
I like it too.
The cards. Okay. Yeah. That's a nice mock-up.
There it is.
Oh, this one's nice.
Okay.
Look, this is a mock-up. I can tell. Mm-hmm. Heart lung. Okay. I'm going to say this once, and I'm not going to say this again, you guys. I don't want you to just take the logo and the typeface and just slap it on everything. Yeah. Build patterns. Build other things that really show how you can extend this, and it's called an identity system. System is the key word. You'll notice now with Paula Scher and Michael Beirut, when they're presenting their marks, like for the MIT Media Lab, they show you how it can be adapted for every single Media Lab and for everything else they do. Paula Scher will show you like how you can do a ton of different titles for a play or something like that. And it's really nice to see the system living and breathing. Or for the Art Directors Club or Type Directors Club, how flexible the design program is, how flexible that identity system is. And I think that's where you guys need to start thinking. That's how you're going to start to make the real money, how you make the cheddar. All right, let's keep going. Bettina Todorova from Bristol, United Kingdom. Okay. I'm not going to look at anything anymore. I'm just going to scan. Oh, this one sticks out to me. This one scares me.
Ooh, that one is scary.
Goose.
Right? Goose.
So to find a design firm or a person that you look up to and then copy them. Copy their system, copy the way that they do things.
To learn.
To learn.
I want to make sure that people don't misinterpret that. To learn.
Okay.
And don't show it to anyone.
What?
She's saying don't show it to anyone.
Oh.
Don't put it on your portfolio.
You don't put it on your portfolio. That's wrong. Okay?
Yeah, you just do it to learn.
Unless you say master copy, like in big bold type, but do not pass up other people's work as your own.
Okay.
There's a big difference between copying and being inspired by. So when you literally are tracing things to learn, no problem. Do that. Love that. Love it. So here's the thing, Molly. We have some fans. Yeah. We have a handful.
Yeah, we do.
And they'll submit artwork to us like, oh, I'm such a fan. They'll pull a quote, something I said, and they'll try to design it like the future. Very few of them actually get it right.
Really?
Yeah. First of all, they don't use Futura. Second of all, they don't use the right blue and yellow. Third of all, it's not justified left. First of all, it's not all capitals. Even
see.
some of our design team members don't follow our own rules, Molly.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they don't study what it is that we do. What is up with that, Molly?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay, so here's the thing, guys. There are hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million portfolios in Behance. What are you going to do that's going to stand out? What are you going to do? See this right here? This is called Bright Cup Cafe, right? Bright Cup Cafe.
Did this stand out to you?
I don't know. It feels like they're throwing the logo on everything. This is not right. This feels really,
Yeah.
feels scary to me.
Feels like student work. A little bit.
Yeah. Why does a coffee shop have pens like this?
Don't know.
What does a coffee shop have? Molly?
They have coffee cups.
Koozies?
Sleeves.
They're called koozies, right?
Koozies.
The things that go around the cup so your hands don't burn?
Yeah.
They have containers. This is good.
Isn't it cozy?
Cozy? I don't know what it's called. Cozy? Whatever. Whatever you guys think it is. Then they have the handles. They have bags for beans. So we should see beans.
Not
we
pens.
should see. Yeah, this doesn't feel right. It feels like a merch company.
Yeah.
Right? Let's get
Coasters.
the apps correct.
Okay.
Okay? Here's some posters. But the problem with these posters is we can't even see them without scrolling. We can't see the whole thing. So what you need to do is take these, put them into a comp mock-up, like on the wall, so we understand. Is this a 4-foot poster or is this a 2-foot poster? I want to know. All right. I say that you need to kind of apply that discipline and that rigor across the board in everything that you do. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I was really ambitious. My eyes were bigger than my stomach, I must admit, Molly.
Yeah.
I thought we can do all of these. I was like, I'm
I
back
know,
from
when you-
Egypt. I know I'm sick like a dog. I'm going to do the show. I miss you guys. I want to do
Yeah.
the show. I want it to be great. I was like, let's do them all, Molly.
Yeah, when you told me that this morning.
What a mistake.
I was like,
What a
whoa.
mistake that was. Okay,
Wow.
let's do 2 more.
Okay.
Let's do 2 more. Okay, this is Ivana Nochanska from Bulgaria. Okay, Ivana, I like this photo. You're just too small in it. If you're going to put a photo of your face, show me your face.
Yeah.
I want to see your face. You basically have more pink background than you do of you. All right? I want to know who you are. I'm Ivana, photographer, painter working primarily in fields of brand design, photography, and photo editing. All right?
Okay.
Let's see what's stand. This stands. Molly, try to stay on the table. Okay, photo uno, get rid of it.
Yeah.
This
That's
Indian
not-
thing, dance in India, I'm sorry, just get rid of it. The figure drawing sketches, get rid of it. This fashion illustration, I'm not sure about that just yet. There's a lot of things that, okay,
Okay, there's a lot.
let's do this. You go, oh my gosh. She's a photographer, so I see that there's some photos in here. Let's just say this, guys. If you have more than 12 projects, let's just say you don't have more than 12 great projects. Let's put a cap at 12.
Yeah.
Let's do everything we can to make those 12 projects great, like Tony the Tiger says. Make them great, okay? Do everything you can in your power. Let's look at this one. Ooh, this is not well presented here.
No.
Tell me why. Look at the spacing up here. It's weird. We got to pay
Yeah.
more attention to this, guys. So we've seen some that are really well presented.
Yeah, we have.
Like who? What's her name?
I'm looking.
Come on, Molly. Good golly,
I
Miss
don't know how
Molly.
to say her name. Oh. Wait, is that it?
Oh, you're moving so fast. All right. So I don't love the way this is presented. This is a nice thumbnail, though. This did get me to click on it with the leaf there and the bag and the gray seamless. That's very nice. She is a photographer, so I would suspect that her photography was good.
Chris, do you remember her name?
I think it's Hida or Hila.
Hila?
Something like that.
Hila.
You can look back in your someoneality. I like this mark. This is kind of like a slab serif typeface. It could be Memphis or Rockwell or one of those ones.
I like that mark too.
Otherwise known as geometric, right? Icon set. Look at this cow. It's ridiculous.
That's
I love
cute.
it. Okay.
She has a lot going on for this project.
There's a lot of components
It
and parts
looks
and pieces.
fleshed out.
It does look fleshed
And
out.
an animation.
Yeah.
How cute.
It's pretty cute. All right. I look at this like, this is like, should be manly. This is a nice mark.
It is really nice mark.
Monotee? Is that how you say it? Monotee? It's a nice mark. It's bold. It feels very masculine.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tractor, and then there's a little girl. That's the part that throws me off.
Well, maybe
I want to see Farmer John.
Okay.
I want to see him in a trucker cap with flannel and blue jeans and standing there kind of a little overweight.
Yeah.
I want to see Aaron Joplin standing here.
Yeah.
I want to see Field Notes. I want to see like man stuff, rust and metal. This photograph, I'm not sure.
Maybe it's about family too, you know.
Sure, if you say. Oh, it's the Festival of Visual Identity. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a steam and harvesting festival, so that's why. See, this is the kind of stuff I love. Look at this thing right here.
I love that too.
Moiety.
market.
That's what it's supposed to say. Uh-oh, now I have a problem, Ollie. It's supposed to say M-O-Y, moiety. So you see this little wheat thing?
It's a Y.
It's a Y.
It's not clear.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Okay.
I used to like that mark until I learned that I didn't read it correctly. All right. Ooh, I like this. This is a nice idea. Look at that, Molly.
Snake.
Yeah. Pen and a
Nice.
snake. That's very nice. Okay, if
It's
you're going to do something
creepy.
like that, I like this. For a second there, I thought I read my name. I'm like, Christo, no. I'm not a serpent. This is really nice. This is the kind of illustration I like. Very graphic, using the context here. I don't know what else you could have done on this. This is nice. All right. I'm going to appreciate this.
Appreciate it.
Done. We said 2 more, right? Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to pick one? Let's see. Should we just tease people and
Yeah. Just call
tell
it.
them, like, what is it? Oops.
No.
What is it?
Command Option.
Right arrow? Up, down?
I guess it doesn't work for Safari.
Oh, yeah. Is it Command tab? Nope. Control tab? Control tilde? Nope.
Okay.
All right. This is who we would have talked about. I know her. Okay. I guess we should talk about people in the pro group.
Who's in the program?
I wasn't being very strategic here. I just saw one person a second ago. Ari.
Let's go back to her.
Well, just in case we never critique these people ever again, they get to see their name at least
Okay.
for a second. Is that okay? That's a consolation prize. Molly, why don't we take this moment?
And read some comments.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me see.
Oh my gosh, there's so many people.
Yeah. Eyes are bigger than your stomach. Does that apply?
Yeah, I already admitted that. Ooh, I like this one. Well,
Chris.
yes,
Let's see.
I like what I see here. Let me critique this one. You read the
Any
comments.
non-branding portfolios? Hannah asks.
Well, I can only look at what I'm seeing. I didn't see any non-branding portfolios. Seems like it's all that stuff. Ooh, there's some packaging.
Few examples
Bia.
for logos, designs, question.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 real quick. Molly, you read first, and
Okay.
then so that I can focus. Okay. This is Claudia, and she's a designer from Porto, Portugal. I like this because there's some really cool illustrations going on. So I'm gonna just look at this. Persona Invicta. It's an editorial product. Look at this. There's a wooden case. There's a booklet inside. It's well photographed. It's been burned into it, laser etched or something like that. The hand. Some people wonder, like, why would you show a hand? Well, first of all, if you have nice hands, you show your hands. I'm saying that because I have beautiful hands, Molly.
Yeah,
I have beautiful hands. Anyways, because it shows scale. Like, how big is this book, right? And there's a bunch of illustrations. These are beautiful illustrations. Oh, wow, you did do these illustrations. These are nice. And, okay, so this is like an illustrator. Woo! These are like these Dada illustration graphic designs where there's like little bits and it's very expressive. Good job. I could see you easily doing this kind of work for Urban Outfitters or Anthropology. It's got that vibe. If you were to combine this with, say, a fashion illustration or a fashion catalog, this would be, right? This is beautiful in itself, but if applied to something else, it would really be very, very fresh. Well done, Claudia. Wow. I'm going to click on one more. I'll click on this piece. Now, this has multiple owners. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Research. This is how you show research, you guys. This is
That
like you're
is
on a
cool.
manhunt.
Ooh, did they really do that?
I don't know.
Looks like.
It says research, and it's this.
That's cool.
That's really nice. So this is where it says to me, like, somebody has taken the time to really present their work well. It's well lit. This could be a main title, Molly, for a movie.
Yeah, it could.
Right? Look at the shallow depth of field, DOF.
Nice.
Very cool.
What the doff? And then there's this book. Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well photographed.
Where can I buy this?
It looks like she's been painting a lot because her fingers are all red. Maybe she just painted the background. You see that? Nice. Well done. I can't even get to the bottom. So you know what? I'm going to appreciate it right here. Boom. Well done. I have to go back and do this. Hit appreciate. You know what? I really like your work, Claudia. Follow. Is it going to work? No. Next time.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay. There's one other person's work here. Packaging. You like packaging, Molly?
I love packaging.
Is this one you would like to end on?
Yes, let's end
Okay,
on
let's do
it.
it. This is Bia Giannoni, and she's from Porto. She's from Brazil.
Brazil. There you go.
From Brazil. Molly, pick 2 or 3 things in here.
The first one.
The first one? Look, she's got 21,000.
Ooh,
That's pretty good.
pretty good.
Good sign. Ooh. Ah.
Look at
Nice
that.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
As soon as we see it, we
It
have
is.
a visceral reaction, ladies and
Very
gentlemen.
nice.
We just, as soon as we put that up,
I love the
Erica's
bold
like,
colors.
Yes.
it's just well photographed. There's materials, glass jar, a matte finish label. I don't care if it's a comp or not. It may be. It may be a comp.
It
The
looks
shadow looks a
great.
little fishy.
I love the
looks
colors.
A little bit fishy.
Oh yeah, I
Look.
love those bold colors.
It's got a nice icon,
Mm-hmm.
almost like a monoline script typeface, and then a sans serif typeface and some other icons. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Mm. You know what? I appreciate you.
Well, I like that breakdown too. that you
Look,
just-
what is that fruit? Is
I don't know.
that a guava? No.
What?
Is this dragon fruit? I don't know what that is. That green thing?
I mean, did
Look,
it say?
Is
the-
that a lime?
no, it's not a lime. I don't think it's a lime. And then they have the lemon. Is that lemon?
Yeah, it
Looks like a little turkey. You know the
Alfalfa.
butt of the turkey?
Oh no, chicken.
Yeah.
Little
Little
baby
chicken, yeah. A fat baby chicken. So she's doing all this work to kind of present this. This I don't love. I'm sorry. It was a beautiful romantic.
I love that.
And then this was like, meh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Somebody said it's guava.
Guava. I was right. There we go.
Did you just
Nice.
ding for
I
yourself?
ding myself. Yes, I do. Molly, pick one more.
The organizer, right below it. Let's talk
This
about.
one?
Yeah.
This is nice. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shows
So you guys do
variety.
realize something. This, if it's not interesting, I don't go down.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make that compelling. You have to draw me in. You have a beautiful full bleed photograph. It's well composed. I like that there's color correction and it looks like there's some grain that's been either part of this photograph or been added. So it's got a nice look. I don't know anything about this, but I would have loved to seen like a silver foil around this, an inline silver foil,
Yeah.
just so it looks like a decal placed on top.
This is another good mock-up.
Yeah,
Personal organizer.
I like
Clean.
the icons.
these are nice.
Yeah.
And she's doing that trick where she offsets the color like it's bad printing.
Yeah,
but it's done
yeah.
on purpose, you know?
I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Lenore, let's talk about something. Let's talk about it. I like the usage of these metal clips. That's cool. And it has some dimension to it with this. I bet you this is a mock-up. You could probably get this as a mock-up
Yeah, I'm sure. it
if
is.
you guys search. If not, make one and sell it. Okay.
Okay, there's
Nice.
social page.
Yeah, nice. Well done. Okay.
Appreciate.
I didn't. I already appreciated one.
Okay,
I'm out of
okay.
appreciation, you guys. You know what time it is? It's time to get out of here.
Yeah, it is.
It's food time.
Let's wrap up the show. I'm sorry if you guys did not get your work critiqued, and I think people are getting fatigued by the tremendous amount of branding logo work out there. I didn't know what we were going to look at. Just the only criteria was you're a woman and you have a Behance portfolio.
Yeah,
I'm thinking this is the end of this series, you guys, as sad as it may be.
I think so too.
I don't know what else I can say about these things that we haven't said already. Now, a lot of times people say, well, what about mine? What about mine? So here's the thing. Take what we've talked about, apply it to what you're doing. That's a sign of intelligence.
Yes.
You don't need me to literally say the same thing to you about your work. Maybe you're in disbelief. Maybe you think Molly's a jerk. I wouldn't blame you. Sometimes she can be. I'm just talking about myself, really. Anyways, I hope you guys appreciate this video. We are so close, Molly, to hitting 200,000 subscribers. We actually might come back for a part 2 to the show. I think we're going to do another live stream later today. How's that? Because I want to be live when we hit 200,000 subs. So do me a favor, you guys. If you guys like what we do, tell your friends, subscribe, and tell like 10 friends. And tell those 10 friends to tell 10 friends because we're so close. We're only a few hundred away. Don't make promises you can't keep, Molly, because there will be no party. But we'll have a moment together
that we'll
with
share.
you guys.
Yes.
That we'll share.
A touching.
Okay, I think I'm gonna switch my thing here and get the Molly. Why don't we go over your final notes and then wrap up the show, and I'll send us off. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give them your notes, Molly.
I just have your notes. Your notes.
What?
I have your notes.
Why do you have my notes? Weren't you taking notes during the whole show?
I was, but I didn't put them in the computer.
Oh, Molly. Did you hear that sound?
I dropped the ball, guys.
That's the sound of a ball being dropped.
I dropped the ball.
Oh my God!
But
Molly, I can take my own notes too, if you would prefer. Should I just do everything?
No.
I can play both our roles if you'd like.
No, the main takeaway that I was
Okay, go ahead.
I wrote.
Okay, say it to me. I'll add them to my thing
Okay.
since I can type really fast. Go ahead.
Yes. It was find someone that inspires you, study what they do, and then do it yourself on your own work. So you look like the professional that you would want to work for or be hired by.
Yeah.
And then specialize is the other thing. So pick a lane, stay in it.
I think you're just making stuff up now.
No, and that's something that I took away from this. Is like pick a lane, stay in it, make sure that you're specialized in in the category that you want to be in. So don't just be like jumping from one pond to the other. Just stay in one and go very deep.
Anything else?
Figure out your values. So that's the same thing.
You learn their recipe for success. Don't do student work. There we go. Let me go full screen on this and we'll wrap up the show. Molly or Erica, should we go on the jazz keyboard? How do you want to?
Yeah,
Sure, let's get jazzy.
Okay, here we go, guys. Copy the work of the people you admire until you learn their recipe for success. I know there's a punctuation thing, but we're not going to deal with that. Mm-hmm. Don't do student work. You're just an unpaid professional. When you do student work, you get student pay, which is 0. Edit to the maximum of 12 pieces unless you're a genius. Mm-hmm. And there are only a few of you out there, okay? Be very selective when you're curating your work. Specialize, please. Spend more time on creating beautiful, compelling mock-ups. You can buy some or you can create some, but do take the time and effort and energy to do that, because at the other end of the internet connection is somebody asking themselves, would I pay good money for this? If you do illustration work, integrate it with design. Don't just do illustration for illustration's sake, especially if you're in the design space. If you're an illustrator, 100% that's totally okay. And remove anything that doesn't belong, including us going over half an hour. So I want to thank everybody for joining us, you guys. I want to say you are not defined by your past. The future is what you make of it, and we are out of here.